There we go. Now I can hear
Yup.
Astro, my man.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
How you doing with the college shit?
Oh man, it's yo, bro. When I tell you I feel like 100 times better today, I'm like 90, bro. 90%. I need one more day where I'm gonna, go just let everything drain now, sweat it all out
Yeah,
tonight, and tomorrow, bro. That's it. Be enough of this shit, man.
yeah.
Enough of this shit, bro. This shit is not fun, man. Not fun at all, man.
Oh yeah, no. I got it 2 times, and I'm like, I don't want it anymore.
Oh, dude, hell no, man. I wish this upon no one, man. When I heard that you had it twice, and then my sister wrote me, she's like, "Oh, Kenny, this is my third time getting it." I was like, "Oh, I was like, oh my goodness, bro. I don't even. This is my first time. I don't want it more than once, man."
Yeah.
How you doing, though, brother, man? Good to
Oh,
finally get able to talk to you, man.
yeah, man. I don't really do stream often since I'm mainly speaking French, so
Yes,
uh
sir.
I don't really do stream a lot. But yeah, super happy to be here and like teach some people. And I'm sure did I start the record? Yeah, I started recording, so I will send it right after to you, so you can post it in the recorded channel and everything.
Perfect, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, exactly that because I wanted to go out real fast. I was like, you know what? If he's gonna record, then I'll just, I'll take your recording and I'll add it instead. If not, then I would have to sit down on my computer, set it up, and
Oh
all that.
no, do whatever you want. I will be recording on my side. I will send you like a Google Drive link and everything, so you can download it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Oh, no problem.
All right, let me grab something real quick. I'll announce it. That way everybody could come in and then we could get started, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. Sounds good. Alright, so right there. Yeah, so for anyone that just joined, we're just waiting on Kenny. He will announce it. I think no, he don't. And after that, we'll start it with the like schedule I sent to my channel. Sorry, and we'll go over like everything I show there.
Yo, Static, if you're gonna do me a favor, just mute yourself, brother.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah, I think you have let me make sure. I want to make sure you have that access. So I want to make sure that any of you guys to do the live. There goes my son screaming up a storm. Um, hold on, let me double check. You have the perms.
For what mute someone or something like that. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, you have it. Okay, what to do? Perms. Click on it. So yeah, I gave you perms too for moving members in case anybody's too loud. You can mute them. Also, you can deafen them.
Perfect.
All of that good stuff. All right.
All right, well, yeah. As soon as I will hear someone like not be on mute, I will just ask for it, and if you don't, I'll do it.
You got it, my man. You got it. Say no more. All right. All right. Let me go downstairs, announce it real fast, and then we could get started.
Perfect. Alright, so I have my plan here. So this is what I post in my channel earlier today. So yeah, this is mainly what I know. Probably some of you know about support and resistance, but we'll go over this because it's really important to have a good understanding of this before going to supply and demand zone. So yeah, we'll start with the basic and just go more and more into how I trade every day. Yeah, we'll talk to you about the USDT dominance and volatility of the Bitcoin. And I got a request for divergence, so I will go a bit over this just to help you like spot them and not really how to play them, but more how to spot them and just had a good indicator to your trading. Alright, so let's give like 1-2 minutes for people to join, and we'll start this. All right. I'll start right now. Just so, guys, I'm super happy to be here to go over the basic of support and resistance to start. Because how actually trading with the supply and demand zone, you need to have a good understand of what support. The supply and demand zone. You need to have a good understand of what support and resistance is, because if you have a supply and demand zone that have no confluence at all with any support and resistance, don't play it. Like, just don't play it. You have two type of supply and demand zone. I will go over this a bit later after going over support and resistance. But yeah, let's get started with the support and resistance. That, in my opinion, is the one of the most strategy that trader use, because it's really get respect a lot. So let's get to a support. Let's just draw a line like here. A support is a price in the chart where you would have some bounce. So let's say you have something like this, just going and coming there like that, and you have something forming. It can go a bit lower like this. So when you have a price, let's say like this here, you have a price where you have some multiple bounce of the market. So every time the price come to this area, you have a bounce and a bounce again. This is where a support is formed, and this is where, let's say you have one bounce and a second bounce, you say, oh, that's a support in the on the coin I'm trading. So why not placing can someone? Oh yeah, the okay, it's not in chat. I will ask. It's recorded. So okay, perfect. So when you have a support, you can start here, and let's just use. I'm using this tool a lot to just have a good idea of my play. Place along on the support the your stop loss. Normally, if you have let's say something before, and you have price coming down a bit, you place this under the lower low you have, just to have, and you can catch some really nice bounce of the support area. So yeah, in general, the support is really where you will look for price to bounce. at a certain point on the chart. So let's just go over Bitcoin right here. Oh, and yeah, I'm really no, I'm trading on higher time frames, so I never go under the 2 hours. Why? I don't really know why, but I start trading. When I start trading, I was on lower time frame, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, but the price is moving so fast and it's so stressful to look at. So now I'm already a high time frame trader, 2 hours, 4 hours daily, sometime for more like spot trading. But when it comes to future, it's really on the 2 hour and 4 hour. So yeah, let's take the actual PA we have, where you can spot a good support in the price. So when you look at this, you know that you see the price bouncing at some point right here. So if you come here, I always do this. Let's say on the 4 hour, I start from the bottom, and I always use like the little magnet right here. You have two, the weak and the strong. I use the weak magnet just to come like this. Poof, it stick to the top of the wick. So you see here we have a support, and if we go back in time, let's see, I put the daily right here. You see where the price bounce on daily, and if you go back, this is from December 2020. So look at where the price bounce even here. So you could have before we come to this price, you could have placed, let's say, something like this. Just let me grab this like that on this wick. You see you have this wick here, this wick here. Yes, we have like a deviation, so the price come down and broke down, but we got like a fake out and come back right after we retest it. So before we come down to 18K, you could have checked this area right here at from December 2020. Draw your line and coming down to here, and you will have catch like a perfect long, like really perfect one. You will have catch the legit bottom of Bitcoin. Did I play this? No, because at start when we start dumping right here, I think we were going very lower than that, maybe like 12K, 13K. So I didn't play it. But if you have take the support of this, you have catch the perfect long on Bitcoin. This is like what over 40% gain. So that's really awesome. If you can, Hercule, if you can just mute you, can you?
Oh, my fault. My
Oh,
fault.
no
I'll
problem,
mute
bro.
myself.
No problem, bro. Perfect. So yeah, you have the support here, so you will have catch this right here. So let's go back to the 4 hour. When you have a support here, I do use the support on the wick, but I mainly play it from the body of the candle like this. And I will go over resistance and support zone a bit later when I go over the two type of bounce point. So yeah, so we have a support here. Second on the line, we have another support here, and something like here. So you see when I draw this support we have on this bounce we got here, and there we have a bounce here, there. We got this one got front run a bit, but the same thing. If we go back in time, you can see that even if in 2020 this area here was a really big area of interest, we got bounce, some rejection. So when I say support and resistance are really important when trading, this is why they get respected a lot. I will say it. I can say it 1,000 times a day. Support and resistance in trading are really important. You want to have this in your bag and know how to use it. Just here, the support are pretty like respected. And if we get to this one right here, you see we got a pullback, a bounce from this point, a little pullback. We bounce hard from here, and we get back, and bounce again from here. So let's say now we have a support at this level right here. When you go down, look where we bounce. Bounce is a big word, but where you stop from dumping, exactly where the support was formed before. There. When I will go on higher time frame and go over supply and demand zone, you will see this here was a daily supply zone, a daily demand zone. And why? If I go on this, you have this area here, which is a demand zone. But I will explain why. Open a chat. Okay, yeah, this. Yeah. I just saw you can ask question in chat. I forgot to say it, but if you have question, you can just open your mic and ask it, or ask in chat or in the general chat, and I have the chat open, so you can just ask and I will try my best to explain it. So yeah, so this here is the demand zone, but I will go over this after the support and resistance. Yeah, so let's get back into the 4 hour. Yeah, so we have the support here that get respect a lot. Even there, some bounce, some front run here. And let's just go back. Same thing with this area. When we get the big dump in May in 2021, if we had placed the support like this we had in 2020 again, start of 2021. Okay, support here like this, even there. You see we have some major bounce in this area, and when we get back to May 2021, June, July, we get every bounce we got in this area. Every time we got around the 30k area, we got some major bounce. And why? Because we formed a support back in January 2021. We formed a major support here at a support area, I will say. And when we come back down here, same thing, we bounce, and we get a run from 29k to 28 here, but let's say 29k to 69k at the top right here. And even when we continue to go in time, look where we stop. Not we stop because we got a really like big dump here, but we got here bounce. We grabbed the liquidity lower and came back, and we got some very big consolidation in this area. Why? Because it's a support area from earlier, last year and 2021. This is the only reason why we have some consolidation here, because in the past we got this here. Sorry for all the ads at the bottom. I don't have TV Pro only because I don't need it, so I'm not paying for it. Voice chat. Do I have open chat? All right, perfect. So yeah, so this is going over support. So what you want to understand with support is you need to be able to spot where the price is bouncing multiple times. Just because I don't have anything to say on that, you see how powerful this is. 2021, May, June 21 again. Come back here, 2022 again. This year, 2020, December. Come back here, we bounce exactly here. 2 years later, not exactly 1 year and a half later. So, yeah, you need to have a good understanding of support and resistance. So let's get into resistance. So I did a little. Did I have it? No, I can't remove it. Perfect. So resistance. Same thing as support is the point on the chart on the token you're trading where you will see rejection. We talk about bounce. Now we're talking about rejection. Is where the price have a tendency to have a rejection. So every time the price, let's say that let's say it's $2. Every time the price come around $2, it get rejected like this. We have a small liquidity grab just over the $2 resistance, and this got front run a bit. So let's say we have two tap. You say you place your short, and you have, let's say, a small resistance a bit lower, higher here. Place your stop just above, and you got your short. Just do I trade only based on support and resistance? No, I don't just trade with them. I try to have some confluence. This is why I'm using supply and demand zone and support and resistance, because for me it's the two best for me. Never try to trade with only one thing. At least try to have two things, even three indicators that show you that this is a good play. One thing is you will get fucked. I will say it. I tried to have only one thing. You can't. It's not working. It will work sometime, but you need to have some confluence with every goddamn trade you trade. You take, like, you need it. You absolutely need it. So, all right. So now after talking resistance, let's get on the chart. I remove this. All right. So when you come back in 2020, let's go on daily and spot some resistance. We got right here. We got this one here where the price reject hard. After coming here, big rejection here, another here, and here. Perfect. So now we got some major resistance on the daily. Hey yo, I don't go see what Kenny posts on chat. He told about everyone's, if you want to boost the server and have the best recording possible, you can do it. Pretty sure Kenny will be very happy with it. So all right, let's get back to it. So yeah, resistance here, major. Let's say we forgot about this area. Resistance, we got this, we got here. So if we go forward in time, we came back there when in the last summer, got some kind of rejection around here. And this is why I say I mainly use body of the candle and the closing of the body and the wicks, just because this gives me some kind of area, not only just let's say a line where the price is bouncing. It gives me like some room for my resistance area, because let's say we remove this one right here. You see this, why this is rejecting here. This is my resistance, why it's rejecting here. Or same thing here, why you will come here, there, and there. So I place my my resistance line on the body, and after I'm coming to my wick. So now when we come here, we have the rejection here in my resistance area. Same thing here. We're coming here, the big drop from me, rejection here, and if we continue in time, here you see when we got a rally to 52k, where we come back, where we do we have the pullback exactly at this area. And when we did this, we just like did a flip of the resistance area. So now this is not a resistance but a support area. When we talk about a flip of a resistance or an area, this is what we're talking about. This is a whole resistance that we flip into a support. So we switch from a resistance to a support right here, like we did here. So after that, we coming here. We got this major drop in December. Got front run a bit, but this is where it bounced again. Same thing here, bounce, and we got some consolidation around here. Got a rejection here, and after we drop so to where we were. And coming from here, let's say I'm doing the same thing right at as this. I'm doing some zone, because like I said, I not really play only line. I play zone like this, support and resistance, because I will talk about it. The resistance and support area are different of the supply and demand zone, even if they are reversal supply and demand zone that we will find at the bottom of a trend or top of a trend. They are not the same. So the support and resistance area are a place where we catch wicks like this. We don't have any trading in this area. We just like have some wicks. Same here. We have wicks here. This one is a bit smaller. This one here. Yeah, okay, alright, so we got some rejection here. And if you go forward in time, you see this resistance we had there, and we got some rejection and some PA there. We got rejection here. And we flip it, coming down, we flip support, we boo, we pump there, and we came back there. And now we got a bounce, but we broke down because a bull market was done. So we just broke market structure and go down. So same thing here. Resistance here. We're coming back here. We got a rejection here. Some really good consolidation in this area, and we broke down right after. And this one we don't really respect it because we just every time we just pump through rejection, pump through true, but we reject just a bit higher. So does anyone have a question about support and resistance before I go a bit to explain what is the difference between the support and resistance and the supply and demand zone? If anyone have questions, the time, because I don't know if any one of you see what Kenny told in chat today, but if you want to learn, you need to ask question. If you don't ask it and just stay on your corner and don't say anything, you will see it's not the same.
Damn right. Tell him, man. So, hey, I just wanted to give you super props, bro. You're doing fucking amazing. I know this. You said this was your first one.
Oh, yeah.
I could already tell you're a natural, bro. Like anybody that's has the heart to do this, to teach other people, man, I think deserves every
This
credit
shit
in the
is
world.
not easy.
It's not, bro. It's not. Everybody thinks this shit is a
It is
1, 2,
not
3
easy.
cake. It's not, man. Like
no,
we're
no.
here to verify, to kind of tell you
No.
guys that it's not, man. It's a process. Everybody here has put in the time, the work. You know, Astro. I know an Astro for a long time, and he's only gotten better with time. You understand? So, dude, you're amazing. Thank you so much for this. Like, you're rocking it, bro. Doing a great job. Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. My pleasure. I'm really happy to like be able to show how I'm trading to people in here. I never did it, so I'm really happy to be able to do it now.
You're doing great, brother. Doing amazing, man. Hats off to you, brother.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so okay, so not much question about support and resistance. I know this is one of the main concept in trading, so I suppose a lot of you already know this, but all right. So we did go over support and resistance. Now let's get into the supply and demand zone. The main way I'm trading crypto since a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, around a year and a half that I'm trading like this. What is the main difference between a simple resistance and support that we have, let's say, right here, where the price will bounce here, and we have some push and rejection here, rejection. The supply and demand zone is where you would have some a period of sideways trading. So when, let's say, you have just remove this line, we have the price coming down, or let's say we'll start with the demand zone. So we'll start with the demand zone. You have the price coming up like this, and we hit a place where the price starting to have some consolidation, so some sideways trading. And between, and not between, but after you got this consolidation right here, you have another big move. The importance of the supply and demand zone is the sideways trading you have need to be between two big moves. So you need to have a big impulse from the bottom to your consolidation area and another big move. This is where you're, let's say, in this situation, you have your demand area created, where you have the consolidation that happened. We have two types of of supply and demand zone. I will go over the first one, which is the continuation one, which I mainly trade, and you have the reversal one that you will find at the top or bottom of a chain. I don't really play them because they happen less often than this one, but I will still show you because when I learned this, I learned all the way I can trade it, and I think it's a good way. Sorry, but not a good way, but a good thing to have everything in your pocket to know how to trade them. So yeah, so now we have a consolidation area between two big moves like this. All right, and when you saw this happen, now you know that you have your demand zone. So what you do, you place your long position on the top of this area like this. You place your stop loss under one of the previous resistance or support you have. This is why you need to have a good understanding of this concept, just because you need to use them to place your stop loss, take profit, and use the supply and demand zone. Because when you have a supply or a demand zone that is created like this, a demand zone, I will only trade them if it's have confluence with a support and or a resistance that we have in the past. If the supply or demand zone happening between, I will just take an example on chart. Let's say like, let's take an example. Let's say you have something. It's happened like right here before we saw all this happen. Like this, we have something sideways trading, but we have nothing around, like no other resistance or support. I don't play them. It will be a good play though, but if I don't have any confluence with support and resistance, I don't use it. Just only because I want to have at least two things in my trading, which is my supply and demand zone and the support and resistance. So all right, let's continue. We have our demand zone. Now what we are waiting for is to place your order. Maybe this, you have your DCA at the bottom of your zone and your stop loss under the last resistance. So what you're waiting for is to apply the price to come down and come fill your limits, because I'm a limit trader. So when I see this, I place my limits and I'm waiting. It could take days, sometimes weeks for the play to fill, but when I have some confluence, 80% of the time it's a banger play. Like, it's not always, because we all know no trader have a 100% rate. It's practically impossible, but in the last year, I will say that I have at least between 70 and 80% win rate in average. Some months are lower, but some months are higher. All right, so yeah, you're waiting for a price to come down. Well, not this one.
That's a real trader, by the way. Real fucking trader, man. Because don't you hate that shit, dude? When you see these analysts, oh, I have 100% for the week. I'm like, dude, you're so full of it, man. And then you go back and you actually look at their trades, and they have a few losses.
Yeah.
I don't know why some people try to shy away from the losses. It's part of the process,
it's
man.
part of the process.
Gotta have your loss.
It's just impossible to have 100% rate. It's just impossible. If you know a trader that have 100% win rate, I want to talk to this trader. Like,
dude, right? We need to hire him ASAP.
Yeah. All right, so you're waiting for your limits to get filled. So this is where a demand zone is. Right? You need to have a period of sideways trading. From that. No, we'll just remove this. For the demand zone, but for the reversal one, this is the consolidation one. So you have your price, big movement up, consolidation, big movement up. You're waiting for your limits to get filled on the retest of this demand zone. But you can have a demand zone that it's created from the price coming down like this, and you have some sideways trading again in this area, and we have the big move again up. The big move is really one of the important thing when trading like this. You can just use let's say you have some crab market, choppy market, and whoop, that's some really weird crab market. All right, so you have something like this, and it's coming down here, and you having a little breakout, and it continues to go very slowly. This here, I won't count it as a demand zone just because it's not between two big move. So same thing here where we're coming with the reversal one. So you have this, you got your sideways trading, you got a big move and up again. Now you're same thing as the other one. You're placing your limit order, waiting for the price to come down like this, and fill your limits right here. You need to be patient when trading like this. I'm not a scalper. I mean, with the market condition right now, I don't really hold trade for days or thing like that, because normally I'm a swing trader, so I can open a trade like with this strategy and have it open for days before I close them, just because every day when market is trendy, could be a short or long, the market only go in one way, not like we having here this ridiculous. This PA is just, this piece sucks. But when we have a market like this, like very trendy, you can have open a trade. Let's say we have a trade. Let's say I open a trade here. Even if the market goes down a bit, we're in a bull market, so the price always go up. So you take profit at a certain point and leave runner, and when you're very satisfied with the profit, you take profit. But I could have trade open for days. But right now, my trade of mainly intraday trade, just because we don't really know where the market is going. So when I see a good profit, I'm taking profit and just go to the next opportunity. Like every day, yeah, you will have opportunity, you will have trade, you will see trade. Just don't force a trade. If you force any trade, you will get wrecked. It's sure. Don't force the market. So yeah, so we got a big move waiting for your limits. It failed. You have your, let's say, your resistance to take profit point at. This is a little support, another support here. You have your take profit like that. So this is a two type of demand zone you can have when trading. You have the continuation one and the reversal one, where the price coming to a support, get some sideways trading, and you got another big move. So let's get into the chart. I have spot some in Bitcoin and Ethereum today. We'll go over this. Just remove that. Just show everyone some example. All right, so Ethereum on the 4-hour chart. All right, so right here, this is this is a continuation one. You have your big pump right here, and you have a period of sideways trading. When you go on, let's say on the 2-hour chart, where am I? God damn. All right. Let's say there we have the pump, a little going down, a little pump. So this area, you see the price is moving, not moving a lot, but you have some sideways trading right around this area. So when you go on the forward, and I spot this here like this, I take my rectangle right here, taking the body of the candle right here, and expanding to where I want. This is actually one of the play I have set in my channel. I have a limit play right here, just because this is for me a really good demand zone. And this one, we have another one right here, but the body of the candle is too small. For me, it's not really I don't really count it because it's too small. I want to know to have a good body of the candle to consider it as a demand zone. And why I take it as a play. So let's say I'm placing this right there at the top. We got a small radius here to show this area is a support. And when we come back here, we have a bounce here. And even in June, 12th of June, we have some bounce here. So let me just place another line at the bottom of the demand on here. and we get back there. Look at where we got the price bouncing. This is exactly where we have a support. So this is why I say, even if you look there, resistance, 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 support. We got a break there, but we come back and retest it, support. This is why I say having a demand zone is really good, but you want to have some confluence with the support and resistance. If you have it, play it. Like, this is how I'm seeing it. If I found a place where I have a big pump, a candle like this, a sideways trading, and another big pump, I'm going for it. If I have a support and resistance area, or some kind of reference of confluence with another one, I'm going for it. If it don't work, it don't work. But for me, this is like a perfect play for me. This is how I trade, and for me, this is like the perfect setup. So coming here, so we have one here, and when I say I will go over placing let's say my play on this. So I will start by placing my entry, which is the top of the zone, and we'll use this tool right here to go under one of the previous low, which this one right here is too low for me. If I go down a bit, is like 7%. It's way too much to risk. So normally my trade are going between 3% to 2% risk on leverage. So let's say I have this there. Let's say I place my stop loss here. Why I place it there? Just because this here we got a nice bounce here, and I place it just under. And when we come back here, this is a good place. And if we go back there, you see we have some bounce here. Yeah, we have some big wick here, but you see some bounce in this area. So this is where I will place my entry, DCA, and stop loss. Perfect. So now for my take profit, it's the same thing. I will just use what I talked earlier, the resistance or support. Again, let's say I will place one take profit. So let me check. Probably not exactly how I place my play, because it can change every goddamn time. Let's say I place a take profit here, going back there, another one maybe there, since we have support, a resistance right there, some rejection here, support. This is a good place for take profit. And when you come back, we could use this one right here, just because if we go back like this, yeah, you see you have some rejection here, again there, again. This will be like my three take profit on my trade, and you have like a full trade based only with the basic of support and resistance. You have your demand zone, which is formed with a sideways trading between two big pump, and everything that go with it, support and resistance. That's it. So let me remove that. I will find another one, for example. This one right here. You see we have a big candle and a sideways trading. And when I say sideways trading, it's really like a body, and we have a full body like this and another body right after. Like this kind of PA, let's say right here. This I will not consider this as a demand zone. Why? Because we don't have that kind of candle. Full candle, body like this, full candle up. It's more like some shitty PA right here. So I don't use it. I really want to see body, sideways, body like this. So I will come here, grab my candle right here, and place it. Did I take this play? Yes, I did it. I did. Like that. So same thing. I will do that. When I have spot my demand zone like this, I came here, place my my entry for now at this place, and from that point I'm looking if I have some confluence before. And when I come back here, you see we have some bounce. Yes, we have this wick here, but fuck that wick. We have bounce here, some rejection here, some rejection here again. Pretty sure if I'm coming back earlier we have something. Yeah, you see, yeah, we have some bounce here, bounce, bounce, a reduction here. So for me, this is a good place to have my entry. Demand zone, and we have confluence with support and resistance from the past. So if I do this now for my DCA, I normally start by placing them under the body of my demand zone like this, and for me this look good. We have a bounce here, candle like that, so I will place this there, placing my stop loss under the lower wicks like that. So for that play, you will have been filled and got your DCA right here. And how I play it, I always use I do that way because I'm a bit more experienced. I have some experience in trading. I use around 10% of my portfolio in trade. I don't recommend it. Like Kenny, when he posts his trade, you always say don't be a hero. Use around 5%. This is what I did a lot before, but now the emotion in trading, it just like got away a bit, so I'm not really stressing with that. So using, let's say we use 5%, you will use around 40% of your trade, of your total capital. You want, let's say you want to place $100 margin on the trade. You will place, let's say, $40 on your entry and $60 on your DCA. So if the DCA hit, your entry get down a lot. So if on that play, if the DCA got hit like right here, let me just place it like that. DCA hit here, so your entry will probably be around here after your DCA hit, and this will give you a 2.5%, no, way more than that. If I might treat it 3%, so this is on 20x leverage is 60% trade, which is really good. And normally when I reach 30 to 50% gain on 20x, I'm taking at least 50% of my gain out and placing my stop loss to break even. So let's say we're reaching like maybe around here, I'll have to take 50% out, moving my stop loss to BA, and from that point it's a risk-free trade. So I take profit, and when the price come down, I stop there, but I have profit, didn't lose any money, just because as soon as I take profit, I move my stop loss to break even. So yeah, this is the principle of demand zone. It's really, you want to have some sideways trading, and yeah, wait for the retest. So I will just try to find a good one for the reversal one. Yeah, this one right here. So you see, you have some you have your trend, you're coming back down, and you have some sideways trading right here. So let's say we place our box like that. And why I spot this one, just because when you see the price coming down, we have some sideways, and we got the big impulse. What I told earlier is when for the reversal is when the price come down, some consolidation, sideways trading, and we come up again. So this is why it's called a reversal one. So let's just place this here and move my box right there. So this one we did not have tap it yet, so this will be a good play, because if we take this here as an entry, the top of her body, and we just look here, this is a really good resistance that we never really retest. We did, but only there, but we never did again. And if we come down, if we go to the past, we have a rejection here, and now I'm at 2 hours, so I'm not sure. And yeah, look at that, support, resistance right here. So this again, this will be a good play for me. I don't really play them because I mainly play the continuation one, but this could be another good play. You have your demand zone right here, coming here, placing my play, my DCA around, let's say, the bottom of this wick here, placing my stop loss, let's say, under this resistance here. So just that, I will go a bit lower like that. Just even I could go like this because we have lower bounce here, but we have some bounce a bit higher. Like this will be a bit too much for me, 3.8 on average move, so I would probably just go a bit higher like this and hope for this demand area to have the big bounce I want. So from that point, I will just like place my take profit. Let's say we have a bounce here. That's a good take profit point because the price I have a chance to, when it come to that point, to have a rejection. Let's continue. We have, let's say, this here because we got a big rejection, come down, and we have like continue like this and place, let's say, this one right here. And now from that point, we are waiting for the price to come down to this area. So when I say sometime I could have my play open for weeks and even days to get filled. This happened on the 26th of July, and we're now the 25th of July, a month later, and we did not have this play fill yet, but this could be a good play. You just need to have the patience to have it open on your exchange and just wait for it. And if you don't want to have it open, like I have multiple chart like I have like this. This is why I have some chart, just because sometimes I try to place and I don't want to place my limits right now because it can be filled way more later. So I have some play on different charts. So I keep it, and when I come back, it's hey, it's coming back to around the price. Let's say we are back to 1,450. I say, hey, I want to place my limit. So I have my play chart and I'm ready to go. So yeah, this cover the demand zone and why and how I use it. So sideways trading could be the continuation one, or even on a 2 hour like this, we have the reversal one that just did not fill yet. One of the main thing when trading this is when you have let's say the price coming down. I'll try to use one that let me just find a good one that got filled, but all right, I'll do an example. It will be more easier. So let's say we have a demand zone like this, and we have some sideways trading like that between this area, and we got our big move. I will play this demand zone until let's say we have one test right here, and we bounce again, taking profit, continue up, and we're coming back down, having another test and another bounce. But because the demand zone is it's just an area of interest of trader, because when we have some sideways trading, it's because a lot of other are going on short, long, buying on spot, selling on spot, and trader are like fighting for this area. So this is why when we have a big pump, when we came back to this area, normally a lot of traders still have interest in this area, so they will have limits for long or spot buy in this area. So this is why I think it's a good thing to use this, because it's really a big area of interest. And the moment I will stop using my my zone is when I will have over. I will just for example use that like this. When I will have more than 50% of my area of fill. So let's say we have another bounce coming here, and this get filled like around this. Now I have more than 50% of my supply and demand zone that got filled. I am not trading this area again. For me, it's like the area is now full. That all the limits and order that was at the bottom of this zone got filled. I don't want to use it anymore because high chance of the next time it's coming back down to this area, we're going to just blast through it because no more order are there waiting to get filled. Sorry, I'll just drink a good sip of beer. Alright, where did I? Oh shit, I removed it. Alright, so yeah, this is what I really want you to know. Where the zone is filled over 50% of it, don't trade it again. You can, it may work, but it's way more risky than when it's only filled less than 50% of the zone. So yeah, this is the demand zone. So supply zone, it's the same, but when you're looking for short. So instead of the market going up and have some consolidation and big move up again, it just when the market going down and we start to having some consolidation with confluence with a support and resistance from the past. Again, this is where you have your area of form. Price, you place your short like that, this, and you're waiting for the price to come back and rejection. Again, same goal for the reversal one, which will be the same. This is where you will have where you will be top on the market. We'll have the price going up like this, and you have some consolidation again before the big movement down like this. Again, this is where you will place your short and waiting for the price to come back and rejection. So it's the same concept of the demand zone, but it's when the market go down. So demand zone, you're looking for short, for long, or a buy position in on spot, and the supply zone is where you're looking for short or to sell a spot position. So let's find some example on chart. All right, I actually have a play on Ethereum. Let's just find. I'll just open this one. All right, this right here. So I said a bit earlier that I'm normally looking for a big body of a candle. Let's say like this one, the follower, this one like right here. But on this one, I have some wicks, but you can see clearly that we have some sideways trading. If we go back on the lower time frame, which I don't trade and I don't really look for, only to see what's going on, you have some sideways trading right here. So I'm coming back on the 2-hour chart, taking my zone right here, and now I'm waiting for it to get filled. And the reason even why I don't have a big body of a candle, it's when you look for support and resistance we had before. So I place my my supply zone right here because we got a big move, consolidation right here, and another big move down. Now I have my zone, place my entry right here, and you look back to what we had. So if I pop the 4-hour, this here we have our last demand zone we did as an example, but now we got in the other way. And like I said, when you get fill over 50% of it like this, you see we got fill at 100% right here. Next time we just blast through it, and this happen really often. So this is like the warning I'm trying to give you. If it get filled over 50%, don't trade it anymore. You will probably get fucked. So yeah, I have my zone here. So you see we have some bounce here, or last demand zone that we have a bounce here, resistance here, And when we're coming there, we have like a lot of consolidation going on around this area. So for me, this play is good. This is why I actually call it. And from that point, I'm just placing my DCA where the resistance is, right about around there. We have some consolidation here. And when we come back here, again, rejection, rejection. So again, this is for me, a good play. This is why I played it and waiting for it to get filled. Same goes with Bitcoin. We have this one here with good sideways trading. Not really good, like I said. I don't have a big body like I really love to, but I have some sideways. When I look on lower time frame, I can see some good sideways trading. Going back on the higher time frame, and we coming in the past. Support, 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 resistance right here, resistance here, resistance again. So you have a lot of influence again on this play. So you know when the price will come to this area, high chance we have a rejection again. It's not sure we have a big rejection. It will be maybe a 1-2% play. This is why when you have a trade open, you need to be able to monitor it. It's very important. When we have a trendy market, it's not the same, but when we are a really choppy market like that, you need to be able to monitor your trade. This is will help you a lot to not lose gain and be able to take profit when it's the good time. So yeah, we have zone here, a lot of confluence. We place a trade again. You have some for my DCA, some rejection point right here, and my stop loss just above some we had before. So yeah, supply zone for the supply zone, but the reversal one. Let's try to find one. BTC on demand zone, support and trend line. Let me pop the chart. Yeah, this is the 15 minutes chart. You're talking right now, right? Because I did a little scalp right here because on the 2 hour. It's hard for me because I don't really chart on the 15. I can look at it though. You see, this here, you're talking about this candle here. For me and how I trade, I will not really consider this as a reversal demand zone. For me at this point, it's more of a support area like this. Let's say like that. You see, we have some rejection here, some wick here, another wick here, and some wick here. For me, this is more of a support area that reversal demand zone. I don't know if you like understand it's just because for that point I don't really have any sideways trading going on in here. It's more like just some bounce of this support here. When I'm looking for a demand zone, I really want to have the sideways trading. Yes, it could be counted as a demand zone, but the real definition of a demand zone is the sideways trading part, because a demand zone is where you have a demand in price, so where the people really want to buy the asset. But when it comes to just bounce like that, for me, it's just a support zone, a support area, name it like you want, but it's not a demand zone. The demand zone is really where I find the sideways trading. I use it. Oh damn! How you do it? I seriously, I was trading a low time frame before, but now it's scalping. But yeah, I can't. I really can't. If I go under the 1 hour time frame, the price is moving too fast. I can't. I'm being stressing and everything. I really can't. I tried, even for scalping. I'm using the 1 hour, 2 hour. I just wait for the price to come to my limits. It can be a quick bounce, taking profit. That's it. But yeah, under that, it's way too fast for me. So yeah. All right, we were to find a supply reversal area. All right, let's get to Bitcoin. All right. So let's try to find some sideways trading right here. So that's not the best. All right. This year, you see we got a big move and some period of sideways trading. So let's take try to take the most of it. Yeah, we got the most here. And look what we got just here. Let's say we got this, we got a big dump again. We got some here, even there. It could be one. But a demand one. And like you see, we have a bounce here. So you have your supply area, like a supply reversal like this. When you have your drop, you're placing your short. You have your stop loss just above the wick there. Oh. Entry like this. Stop loss there. DCA at the end of my zone because it match the resistance I have in my area. This will give you 100% play on 20x if you have played this as a supply reversal area. And same here, we got the demand one, which we got some sideways trading going on. You have been filled there. I need to remove this menu. All right, there like this. Stop loss under the previous low. Like this. So you will have get a 2.3 on leverage move, which is around 50, a bit less than that 50% on 20x leverage. So I would have take profit, so my stop loss will have been at break even. So when we come down here, I will be stopped with at least 50% of my position out. So yeah, this is like I said, this is my first time doing this, so I think I might did go over everything about the supply and demand zone, and it's really just to have your period of sideways trading. Be sure to not just have some bounce or some rejection, because this is, yeah, it can count, like I said, as a supply and demand zone, but you don't have the part of the sideways trading, which is this bounce. And for me, this is a support or resistance area. This is how I play them. It's kind of the same, but I always wait for to have my sideways trading and have confluence with my support and resistance. I don't really play just support and resistance area. Just it can be really good, because you will find some plays that you have some bounce multiple time, just because you have a support area or a resistance area. But I don't really play them. I want to have at least two things to have influence, and having my sideways trading, that's for my supply or demand zone, plus my support area, support and resistance from past price action. If I'm having these two, I'm going for it, like no question. If I see something good like this, I'm going for it. Because sometimes I will find some demand and supply zone, but I don't have anything to like have confidence on it. So I'm just like, nah, this is not a good play. It might be good, but I'm not taking it. I'm not 100% confident in it, so I'm not taking it. So yeah, remember that certain zone should only be used on yeah, exactly. Sorry, I just look at the voice chat, the chat of the voice chat. Yeah. So, like I said, normally I will use this damn, I was about to say search and destroy, because I see SND Oh damn. All right. So when you see us play in the win zone, you the best thing is to only play this one time. Like the best, and the best is to play it one time. But like I say, you can play it 5 times if you want, if the zone did not fill at least 50% of it. Because when it fill over 50%, majority of the other are filled. You don't want to play it again. It's just not safe. So yeah. Does anyone have any question on supply and demand zone, support and resistance, or anything I just talk about? If you have any, it's time to just ask it. If not, I will use fibs. I was using it before to use what we call the golden pocket. I have my setting right here, so let's say we just drag. Let's use weak magnet. I'm dragging down from this point. I only use the fib for this. I never use the fib to have like my support or resistance or have the specific number. I will only use it, let's say, place it like this. I grab here. Just to play this area that called the golden pocket zone, which is the 0.618 and the 0.66 area. It's normally a really good point of bounce when you're looking at charts. So I'm not sure if I'm going on the weekly chart and just like drag it from the low to the top. Like, no, not this one. Let's say this one right here. So we have our full first big move on the weekly chart. We came back down just a bit above it, and when we came back down, look where we bounce. Perfect bounce of it, big bounce, and we broke down after. It's the same thing. We fill at least 50% of it. Majority of the order got filled. Now I'm just not playing it again. But yeah, I don't really use it anymore. This is one of the strategy I use in the past that was profitable, but not like I really want to, because like you see there we have the bounce here, but when you come back to this area, we have a rejection multiple time, and it would have been a really good short or selling place. If you bought at the bottom, it would have been a good place to take some profit, at least of your position on spot. So yeah, I use it, but no, I'm not using it. I was using it, but not now. My trading style is really simple. Support and resistance, supply demand zone, that's it. That's one of the only thing I use, and for me it's one of the best strategy that fit for me. I tried some trading pattern. I tried trading breakout of these pattern, using indicators, like using the RSI, the TDI, RSI, the divergence. I have some here that I use. This one is like kind of Bollinger Band, but a bit higher, a bit bigger. The MACD, I have some special setting that for the MACD that working really well. I would probably share it to you if any one of you using the MACD. It's pretty a good setting. I like back test and pass. So let's just say we're on a 4 hour and we got a cross right here. We got to move up, some rejection here, and now we got a cross down. So if Bitcoin don't bounce in this area, we'll have like the cross and it will probably fall down again. But yeah, I don't use that anymore. It's like I said, it's really simple strategy of trading. This is why I say at some people when they start trading, you don't need a complicated strategy or super complicated indicator or anything. You can be a good trader with the most simple thing. You just need to like perfect it and practice it. In trading, you have no special thing that will happen to you and say, "Oh yeah, I always have a good trade, but I don't really have any strategy or I never really practice anything." Yeah, you maybe will have some good trade, but I can assure you, you will not be profitable on the long term. You will have some good trade, but if you don't have a solid strategy and like some good knowledge, this will like get you. You can be like profitable if you don't have solid strategy. At some point it will get you. So yeah. I have a special request for a divergence. I know some of you might be interested in that. I trade with that before when I was trading with indicator and everything. So I go over with on the day chart some basic of this. Oh no! Before that, I want to go over the USDT dominance and the BVOL 24-hour. These two market indicator I'm using. So USD.
Astro, real quick. Also, don't if you want, you don't also have to do everything in one shot, brother. Remember, man, you're family here, bro. So, the more we spread you out, to do more classes, that way people can digest everything you just gave them now. We can always do. Totally up to you. But yeah, man, I think this class alone was big. Big,
Yeah.
especially on again, man. Simplicity, right? Simplicity is everything, man.
Oh
That's all I
yeah.
keep. That's all I keep preaching to these guys is make your trading easy. Don't make trading harder than it
No.
has to be. Some people try to make this shit so difficult, dude. Like they really do, man. They really try to make
Yeah.
it hard as
Hard.
possible, and it doesn't have to be, right? Like it doesn't really have to be, man. Some simple strategies,
Yeah.
simple
It can.
techniques can get you guys far in trading, man.
Yeah. Putting some techniques together with simple thing. It's honestly for me it's the best. It's really the best. So yeah, I'll do maybe another stream later with on some market indicators and going over
Yes.
divergence and something like that. Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. Let me know, man. Just DM me your availability. And again, we can do either this time, which kind of I think worked a lot, pretty good for everyone.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, we're recording, so you DM me your availability. I'll put it out for a vote, whatever times you have available to see which other time frames follows with the members, and we'll do it again, man. Like this was great, man. I really want to get you back in here. That way, you get even more and more comfortable the more you do this. Because I think honestly you did an amazing job, man.
Yeah.
You
Thank you,
can
man.
definitely do some more of
I
these.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
No, yeah, no problem. So before I end this, anyone have any questions on what I did go over? This is how I use the fibs. Okay, yeah, you use it for yeah, general market view and for market structure. Yeah, I see. But the fib should be used like that. Honestly, it should be used like that. It wasn't my thing. Using the fib and everything is what it wasn't my thing. So yeah. Hey, no problem. So yeah, I will end this stream. I just talked with Kenny. I will probably do another one on the market indicator I really use. So the BVOL 24, the USDT, dominance, DXY, the US dollar currency, and something like that. I really like used to see the overall market sentiment and all this. So yeah. Really happy to have give some knowledge to you guys. If you have any question, my DMs are always open. Tag me in chat, whatever you want. Just ask, and I will try my best to reply to me. And since I give this last year in this group, my DMs will be open to you guys to just if you're charting like a demand zone, supply zone, reversal, continuation one. Anything you can DM me and just like will tell you if it's a good one, if it's it's good in general. If you can play, use that for a play, just DM me. I will be happy to like help you with your chart. So yeah. On that, I will say good night. A big thanks to Kenny again to have me here. So yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Astro. Brother, special thank you, man. Thank you to you for taking your time, to teach these guys, help them, get better and better and further into their trading, careers, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it.
All right. Do you have my email? No, right? I was DM you my email now, so you can send me that
Okay,
video, upload it tonight, and I'll make the template and everything for it.
Perfect.
All right, my man. Thank you again, Astro. You're a blessing, brother. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night, everyone.